Hi everyone, I hope you're really well. Welcome back to normality. And I thought, what better way to start normality after the daily uploads from my beauty advent calendar unboxing than to do a chatty get ready with me, because it just felt like the right place to start basically. Sure, I have lots of other content that I need to get filmed, but I just thought let's ease us in gradually and do something relaxing. Plus, I've been out on the bike this morning, had a shower. I need to put a face on so that I don't go out and scare the world. And I thought, why not let's just film a chatty get ready with me. So, if you are unfamiliar with how these generally work on my channel, I tend not to talk about the makeup that much unless I have something I really want to say about what it is that I'm using. I will of course always include all of the products I'm using down in the description box, so if you're curious about something I've used, whatever, the information will be down there. But I just thought, I've been spending every single day talking about stuff in terms of like makeup-y beauty things, that I just thought, do you know what? All I want to do actually is kind of kick back, have a bit of a chill out and do a chatty get ready with me and talk about other stuff. So that's what you've got today. I hope that's okay with you guys. I'm really glad that I had so much positive feedback from my daily unboxings. I cannot believe that there was more than one of you who said you were going to miss it, because I thought you guys would get sick of me every single day. So thank you for putting up with me. It was a lot of fun. I did really enjoy it, opening something new each day. It was exciting. It did get a bit tricky in the end with the boy. I mean, he was very good. I'm sure there are other children that could have been much more tricky to deal with. He was very good, to be fair to him, but there was also a fair amount of stuff that ended up on the cutting room floor. It definitely wasn't as easy to do stuff in just like one take and that kind of thing. So it was an experience, not necessarily sure if I'll be repeating it anytime soon. Speaking of who, he is around. Well, he's not around right at this second. He's just popped up to the shops with his daddy because we apparently seem to have run out of fruit and stuff, so that's where they've gone. It is currently Wednesday the 27th, if you're curious, so it was his 4th birthday yesterday, and because the weather was so rubbish, we didn't actually manage to get up to very much really. I suppose actually I should start putting some makeup on, shouldn't I, because otherwise we're going to be here all day, aren't we? I've put all my makeup in this rather fetching makeup bag from the M&S Beauty Advent Calendar from Christmas Day. I do love it. I think the design is very cute. It's gorgeous. I am just really worried about the colour of this. I think we're going to be running into some problems. But basically, I thought because it says on the front, my favourite things, the face that I'm going to be putting on today is the face that I've been putting on pretty much most days actually recently. So I've just chucked all of my favourite things in here as the bag would suggest, and that's what I'm going to be throwing on. And just to make things interesting, I don't have any brushes because I clearly thought about this, honest. They are all drying. I washed them, I think it was yesterday. It got to the point where I was like, I can't put it off anymore. So yeah, this is potentially going to be an interesting situation. Let's get you zoomed in maybe a smidge. I think that's okay, isn't it? Right, so yeah, because it's Wednesday today, that means Thursday tomorrow, obviously, but Thursdays for me have a whole new meaning now, and the meaning of that is I'm going to be getting weighed, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'm just going to own whatever number comes up. I know I'm going to have gained. I don't think I will have got through Christmas without gaining at all. But whatever it says, I'm just going to think to myself, it's not going to take long for that to come off. And I'm not going to get too hung up on it either. I did weigh myself this morning just out of curiosity, and I'm going to put a prediction in that I think I've put on about 4 pounds. Which, when you think about how long it takes for weight to come off compared to how quickly it can go on, I just can't believe that. because if I was going to get hung up on it, that is probably put me back by a good 3 or 4 weeks, which is ridiculous. Or I could look at it that I was just buying myself some flexibility for Christmas, knowing that I'd probably put some weight on. So rather than not lose any weight at all in the build up to Christmas, I have lost weight, knowing that I would put it on, and the world is kind of all equal. That sounds like some terrible excuses being made there. But I'm going into 2018 feeling really positive. I know I made a video last year, which probably not many of you have seen. I know a few of you have been with me for a while, but it was all about weight loss and goal setting for this year, and I should revisit that video really and just see how I managed. I can't actually believe it's been a year. It's been absolutely ridiculous. It's gone so fast, particularly since August and going back to work. But I know that weight loss was a big part of my goals for this year, and I did start eventually. I got into November, I think it was, that I started Slimming World, and I am starting out the new year in the right place, I think, in the right headspace. I know I want to do it, but the difference is, compared to most other years, is I actually feel equipped to do it as well, because I know that I've been on Diet Chef and all that kind of stuff before, and Diet Chef is great. I've had amazing success with Diet Chef, particularly before I got married, and I lost, yeah, I'm sure it was around 4 stone, which still amazes me. I was going to the gym, I was eating the Diet Chef meals, it was going really well. I did need to lose that weight. When I look back at pictures of me, I just look awful. And I've certainly not put all of it back on, but it was kind of creeping up to the point of sort of 1.5 stone going back on, and I just thought, no, enough is enough, that is ridiculous. We're not going back there again. I did try Diet Chef again recently because they did have some amazing offers through Voucher and Groupon, I think. And it's the kind of thing that if you can't really be bothered to think about what you need to do, they do make it really easy for you. But from my point of view, it was kind of twofold really. The expense of it being one thing, because obviously you need to factor that in, and you're still having to buy food on top of it, like fruit and veg and stuff and rice. But also, I just want to make more of a lifestyle change and actually start factoring in eating well. And I know we kind of all know how to eat well, it's not really rocket science, but I have definitely learnt things since being on Slimming World. I've learnt what better choices to make, but it's difficult to explain because I do know what I should be eating, but I suppose it's just broadened my horizons a little bit and given me a bit more of a sense of knowing what I'm doing, and I'm actually feeling as though I'm eating really well because it does include a lot of the foods that I would want to eat. For any of you who might be curious about Slimming World and want to know a little bit more now that I've been doing it for a little while, I am probably going to be doing a video about it for the new year. So along the lines of how it works for me, what I eat in a day, something like that. So if that would be of interest to you, then let me know. I know at least one person said that they would be interested in seeing that. I'm coming to the end of my L'Oreal Infallible matte. I'm actually using 2 different shades at the moment. I'm using Vanilla on most of my face and then Porcelain on this area, which is probably why I'm looking really pale right now. But it does all make sense in the end because my face is so much darker than my neck. I kind of, I don't know, like ombre it a little bit. Mainly because I've got 2 things of Porcelain, which if I put on my whole face, it's just a little bit too pale. But I'm actually considering picking up another sample of Estee Lauder Double Wear because I had a little sachet of it in a shade which I'd never tried before. It was quite dark. It was Fresco, I think it might have been called, 2C3 or something. And I put it on and I was like, oh, I think I need to get this in my life, but I really want to pin down what shade I would need, because since switching back to using the Beauty Blender again, I cannot actually believe the difference it's made. And I've had so many lovely comments from you guys about my skin and how it's looking, and generally speaking, on the whole, it has actually been behaving recently, which is nice. Apart from, I've got a spot right here, which I think only just came up yesterday or today, and I think I'm going to call it my Christmas spot, because it's probably nothing to do with the food that I've been eating. It's probably hormonal, if anything. But it does seem to have come out and coincided with what was a very pleasurable couple of days food-wise, and now I'm going to have to put the brakes back on again and try and limit myself, which is hard because we've still got so much in the house. It's ridiculous. The amount of chocolate we were given this year, I think we're going to be giving some of it away. In fact, I know we're going to be giving some of it away because I can't have it taunting me. I mean, I can restrict myself. I've already got a plan in mind because we ended up with quite a lot of hotel chocolate. If you are familiar, it's gorgeous stuff. And I had a look online at the Slimming World food calculator thingy, and obviously they're all different, but generally speaking, I've managed to work out how many like sins are in a chocolate, and I think I'm going to allow myself 2 an evening, and I think that's probably fair enough, although it will probably be very hard to stop at 2 because they're so yummy. But yeah, I'm finding the Beauty Blender so easy and quick, and it's just making the best of the makeup that I'm putting on. And I've had beauty blenders before, and then it got to the point where it was looking very sad, and I just started using that L'Oreal Professional one, which was black, and that was fine. I thought it was fine. And then that one kind of died, so I went back to a beauty blender because I think they had them a certain amount of money off on Black Friday on Amazon. So I thought, let's get another beauty blender back in my life. And I cannot actually believe the difference, having used the L'Oreal one for so long, which is quite similar, I think, to the Real Techniques one. It's quite hard, whereas this is so squishy, and there's just something about it that when you're putting makeup on, it's so easy and it just blends unbelievably well. And I know a lot of people love it, and I know a lot of people also are like, oh no, such and such is better, there are cheaper dupes, whatever. I mean, of course, I've not tried them all, and I've got that other one from Look Good Feel Better from my advent calendar to try as well at some point. The proof has been in the comments. You guys have been saying about it, and I would agree. I think my face has been looking so much more flawless since I've been using it. Although I'm not sure how good the lighting is right now because it's so dark outside today. When I went out earlier on my bike, it was actually really quite sunny almost. And now the grey clouds are back. I'm really hoping it clears up later because we want to go out and actually enjoy some fresh air. I've gone really dry over my top lip at the moment and everything just ends up looking a bit crepey horrible. This is why I'm thinking of straying away from my beloved L'Oreal Infallible Matte when it does run out, and trying Estee Lauder Double Wear just to see if I don't have so much of an issue in that respect. I think I mentioned this in my Christmas Day unboxing, but the sales have kind of got to the point now where I'm hoping that things are going to calm down a little bit, because I'm aware of all the sales that are on, and any purchases that I've wanted to make have been made, because it was getting to the point, and this was Christmas Eve, this wasn't even Christmas Day, which I think is a bit naughty really. It's like the sales, it always used to be January sales, then it was Boxing Day, and every year they're just moving it, I suppose, closer and closer to just starting it Black Friday, and then that's kind of it. it's so frustrating because I'm a bit of a bargain hunter and I can't resist a sale. And every time I was getting an email, I was like weeping inside. I would rather pick stuff up that I want, obviously, when it's cheaper. Who wouldn't? And I have restrained myself in some scenarios as well. But I think most of the stuff that I've got on the way is either stuff that I have had my eye on for a while or things that I just really, really want. I don't think I've gone too crazy, but it's kind of got to the point where I've lost track of what's going to be arriving in the post, which is never a good thing. So I'm not quite sure what to expect now. But I did get a bit of money for Christmas, so that definitely helps. Speaking of sales and makeup, one of the sales that I couldn't resist was the Tarte sale, because not only did they have a sale where some products were up to 70% off, on Boxing Day, so yesterday, the 26th of December, and I don't know whether this was just a UK thing or world, I don't know what it was for, because see, not everyone refers to yesterday as Boxing Day. But if you use the code BOXING, I think you got like an extra 25% off. I mean, that is actually amazing. Really, really good value. In one of the beauty groups that I'm in on Facebook, it was all that was in my newsfeed yesterday. People posting about the stuff that they bought and how much they'd saved, because it was an amazing deal. Really, really good. So I got a couple of things, and I also managed to get a sample. You know, sometimes at the checkout they say add this sample for $1 or whatever. I did actually manage to pick up some of the Amazonian clay foundation, which I've been wanting to try again since the first time I tried it ages ago, just to see what I think of it, because I know it's quite a generous amount you get in the tube as well. So I don't know what shades it is. It was a few different shades, but hopefully there'll be one in there that works for me and I'll be able to make my mind up, because I am in the market for replacing my current sort of daily go-to L'Oreal Infallible Matte. And I do still have a million foundations to test. It's ridiculous. So there could be one in there that's absolutely amazing and I just don't know it yet. I think right now it's somewhere between rain and snow. I guess that's technically sleet really, isn't it? Which is quite exciting. We usually get a little bit of something, but that's usually not more until like January, February time. It's definitely not going to settle though, because it's rained so much. Yesterday was horrible. In fact, Christmas Day was pretty horrible as well. It was really chucking it down and really windy as well, and it made you very thankful for having a roof over your head and just being tucked away indoors. It has been a bit of a strange Christmas though this year, and I don't really know why. I think it kind of come out of nowhere. Next year, and I really, really mean this, I want to be much more prepared. And I remember saying exactly the same last year. And, you know, all those smug people who start posting on Facebook in like October, November time saying that they're already finished, I think I'm going to try and make that me next year. Maybe not quite as early as that, but I want to be prepared because I want to actually enjoy December. I feel like December just went within the blink of an eye this year, and I didn't really get to enjoy it, and I love this time of year and it just feels like it's gone in the blink of an eye. So definitely need to be more organised, and then I'll actually be able to enjoy it properly. But then we do say that every year. I think what also threw it this year is my little boy's birthday party, which we had at, was it the 9th of December? Yeah. Which did throw things, because we were just kind of thinking party, and then kind of getting distracted from thinking about anything else. And what with working as well, it just felt like there was a lot to juggle. So apologies if you've been super bored of my unboxing videos on the daily, because I was going to try and put some more sort of regular content, but it ended up being quite tricky to juggle everything. And then I thought, well, actually, if I start putting out regular videos as well, you guys really will be sick of me. But I've been thinking about next year, and I don't know, maybe not changing things too much, but I've been thinking about the type of content that I produce and thinking about other passions that are in my life and maybe just including a bit more of that. So I don't know whether you guys would be interested. I do love the beauty side of it as well, but I kind of feel like there's so much more to life than just beauty. I mean, I suppose I've thrown in other kind of lifestyle-y bits, but I don't know, I kind of feel like I want to have a go at including some other stuff as well. I'm not entirely sure what, because I do quite like doing my monthly highlight videos when I've actually got stuff to show. Because yeah, there's not going to be much footage, I don't think, for December. There might be a bit for like half of it, but then it will suddenly just dry up, I think. I've been absolutely loving this palette from Tarte. I just think it's gorgeous, but this is the first time that I've used it without brushes. It smells incredible. I know everyone always talks about how Tarte palettes smell of chocolate or cocoa or whatever it is. And I never really noticed it before, and I do have other Tarte palettes. I know what people are talking about now because this one really does. So whether the other palettes I've got just didn't have that scent in it, I'm not sure. Oh dear. I've really gone wrong there, and I don't know what I've done with that beauty blender. I don't know what I've done with it. I could really do with it right now. Oh dear, this is going well. I think I've left it in the other room actually, because I realised I didn't have a lip product, so I went and got one. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this palette. It is gorgeous. And such a nice size as well, but a really good variety of colours. I still don't know why this very goldy one is so big. It really didn't need to be. But as you've probably seen, I've been going a little bit more adventurous with my eye makeup recently. And largely I've been using this palette actually. I did also treat myself in the Black Friday sales to the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette, which is a palette I've wanted for a long time. That one's nice, but I feel like I get more use out of this one. These colours are just more me. I feel like I can get a bit more wear out of it, whereas in the Cocoa Blend palette, which is amazingly affordable, Zoeva makeup is just incredible. There are some colours in there which are a bit more, I don't know, they're a bit more special, I suppose. Colours that you wouldn't necessarily be using just on a daily basis, or at least not me anyway. My husband goes back to work tomorrow, so today is his last day off. And then I'm back on the 2nd, I think it is, which I'm sure will soon come around. But I've really enjoyed the long break that I have had. I can definitely appreciate it a lot more now that I'm working. But when I go back to work next week, it's also my short week at work. The Monday is a bank holiday, so I'm only working one day next week. So that worked out really well. It's a nice way to kind of ease back into things. And the lady that I work for, that I am a PA for, she's not actually in at all when I'm in next week. So I'm sure I will still have a ton of stuff to be getting on with, because I think I mentioned this at some point, was it in my highlights video, that it is such a full-on job. I love it, but yeah, it's very full-on, very busy. Do I want to quit at that point? I mean, I'm not really going for anything too adventurous today, because it's not like I've got the brushes to be able to help me do it. I don't think I've done too badly though. I do need to clean up a little bit, but like I said, I don't know what I've done with my beauty blender, which is always helpful. Oh, if you saw my Christmas wish list video, and I probably will be doing a whole video, collective video in terms of what I got for Christmas and what stuff I also picked up in the sales as well, because like I said, I've got some things coming to me. But if you saw that Christmas wish list video, one of the things I mentioned that I wanted to do starting in the new year was to start a t-shirt collection. Well, I've started, thanks to a couple of good sales going around. I have started a t-shirt collection because I realised that actually I really love wearing t-shirts. Generally speaking, I live in t-shirts and jeans. It's just comfortable, easy to throw on. and then just chuck a jumper on if you feel like you need to. I have found some that I really like, and you may well see them in videos at some point. Not all of them are kind of sci-fi fantasy related. I say all of them like I've bought an absolute ton. I haven't. I could do. I see t-shirts all the time that I just think, oh, that's so good. Like on Etsy, for example. But a lot of those come from the States, so I'd need to have a bit of a think about that. So yeah, the collection has been started and I'm so excited for them to arrive. In terms of the rest of the stuff in my Christmas wish list, I did get some Lush stuff. I did put an order in before Christmas, and then I'm glad I did that and didn't wait for the sales, because then a friend of mine tagged me in a Facebook post that Lush did, basically saying they weren't going to be doing an online Boxing Day sale this year. And the comments in that post were like some kind of PR disaster, because I am not that up on Lush stuff anymore. I used to be really aware of new products, what was going on. I used to be an active member of the forum, which I'm not even sure if that exists anymore, on their website. So yeah, I used to be really up on everything, and I've been a fan of Lush for a long time as well. But since having a child, a lot of these things just kind of go out the window, really. You just don't feel like you have the time anymore. So she tagged me in this post, and I was like, okay, so they're just going to go back to doing it in store again, which is carnage if you've ever been into a Lush shop on Boxing Day. I have. I've specifically gone in back in the day to go and rummage through the sales, and it's a nightmare. It's horrible, because Lush stuff is so expensive and most of it usually ends up like half price. People obviously just go completely crazy. So I'm really glad I put that order in before Christmas and didn't wait for the sales. A lot of people were quite upset because they could have announced it sooner, because I think a lot of people had been saving up money for the sales. I was reading comments where they were saying that their daughter had been saving all of their Christmas money to buy a load of stuff online, and I don't think it was managed very well. I can understand the reason for the decision, because their website pretty much always crashes. I mean, last year I definitely wasted a ton of time just trying to buy some cheap bath stuff, essentially. But a lot of websites this year have had the system in place of having a queue. Beauty Bay had a sale recently and there was a queue to get on there. Boots, was that yesterday? Boots website was the same. There was a queue to get on their website. So they've already got the system in place. I think the demand was just absolutely crazy with Lush. Really struggling with this eye today, and this is the nice mascara that I've been using from Diego de la Palma. It's probably because I'm not really concentrating, because I'm talking and I don't normally talk and do mascara. That'll probably do. So I did get a little bit of Lush stuff, and what else did I mention in that video? Oh, those candles from Teak, which were hellishly expensive. I mean, just the little ones, which I think are about this big, kind of votive size, they were £28, which is utterly ridiculous. But I really wanted one, more so for the packaging, so I thought the packaging was lovely, although a friend was telling me that it's not as nice packaging as you'd think. I think there was a YouTuber who'd been moaning about it, saying that it was just a sticker that they put on, so the packaging looked nicer than it actually was, especially when you consider how much it was. But I still really wanted one. All the little ones had sold out way before Christmas, so the biggest size was I think £45, and I like candles, but honestly, that's insane. So I didn't get any of those, but then to be fair, in that video, it was kind of like a bit of an ultimate wish list, and I knew that I wasn't going to be getting everything that was on there. Because something else I should have mentioned in that video, I think I wrote it as a comment in the end because I forgot it, is that gorgeous Campomaggi leather handbag that I found last year, which I still look at and lust over and just think, it's gorgeous. I would like to see it in the flesh. I'd like to actually look at a bag that costs £375 and figure out, is it actually worth it? But then I was looking through some of the sales recently at other handbags and they're just crazy, crazy, crazy money, like £1,000, £1,500. That, there's no way. And it made my 375 suddenly seem not quite so much. It is still a lot though. I mean, that would be the most that I'd ever spent on anything like that. And I'm not really a shoe and a bag person, but I've had this vision in my head of the perfect brown leather handbag, and that bag is pretty much it. It's so nice. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. It's really difficult to tell whether I've done my blush properly because I'm using my fingers. I'll have to have a look in a bigger mirror in a minute and just assess what on earth I've done here. Apart from getting mascara all over my lid as well. Oh, Lara Croft was on my list as well, wasn't it? Nope. But I might just get that myself at some point, to be honest. It's not that expensive. I still don't know when I play it, but you can dream. I've got glitter on my face and I don't know where that's come from. It's just a random bit of Christmas glitter. Oh, I've picked up the wrong lip product and I'm not sure if I really want to be wearing this. Hang on, let me go see if I can find it. This is one of the things I unboxed in my M&S. Was it M&S? Yeah, I think it was in my M&S Beauty Advent Calendar. This is the matte liquid lipstick from Stila, and as much as it would go with what I'm wearing, this is not what I want on my lips right now. So just a second and I will be back, and I will also assess what on earth I have done. So I found this. Apparently it was in the room the whole time that I was sat here. I just didn't see it. And I found the lip product that I was looking for, which was the, what's this stuff called again? Lift. Really struggling with this name. LipLift Max in Honey Sheen, which I do really like. So I thought I would pop that one on because I just want something sheer and easy. Just remembering as well, we've still got birthday cake to eat. I will pop in a picture of his birthday cake from yesterday because obviously he had the rainbow one from his birthday party, which I showed you guys a picture of. Well, yesterday my husband actually did his birthday cake. I had no hand in it whatsoever, which in a way was nice. I think he was on a bit of a mission to want to do it. I would have liked to have done something because I literally had no part in making it at all, but then it has been me pretty much every other year. I was thinking about the different cakes that we've done for him. His first year it was a rocket cake. The second year was a Winnie Pooh cake, which I still think is my finest work. It was amazing. Third year, so last year, was a snowman and snow dog cake, which he changed his mind at the last minute. So that was, well no, it was okay actually. I did manage to do it in the end. And then he surprised us by wanting a rocket cake this year. So my husband did the rocket cake and it was actually really, really good. So I'll pop a picture in so you can see. But I think that is me now done. I'm now looking a bit more presentable for the world. The sun has come back out again and it's time for me to have some lunch now. So I hope that was an okay catch up. I feel like it was a very waffly one and I'm not entirely sure if I probably covered half of the stuff that I wanted to. I should have written a list or something. It was just all kind of falling out of my head as I was thinking about it. So I hope it was entertaining anyway. There we go, that's a bit better, isn't it? A bit more zoomed out. So yeah, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up down below because I do really appreciate it. And if you're watching this and you're not currently subscribed and would like to be to get notified of new stuff as and when I upload it, I will pop a little button here just to make it really easy for you to click and subscribe. It would be absolutely lovely to have you here. And I'm finishing just in time because the recycling lorry is now coming along, and basically all it's done is put tons and tons of wine bottles, by the sounds of it, in the truck today because I was stuck waiting for it to move earlier on when I was out for my bike ride. And yeah, everyone is just basically getting rid of lots of bottles of alcohol they've had over the festive season, I think. So it's about to come up here and make a ton of noise. So that's actually perfect timing. Anyway, I hope you're all really well, and I will see you again soon. Bye!